is going on YouTube? There's the pilot wheel here. I've got the L-39, the Aero from L-39. Sorry, I can't get it all in the frame. It's pretty goddamn big. It's taking up a lot of my space here. But finally got this thing set up. Got it all together, and I am about to maiden it eventually. Let me took the camera down a little bit. Get some of that sunlight. No, not sunlight. Get some of that false light out. That might be hurting me a little bit more than helping me. The camera's looking at the light. But yeah. So see, I might can improve things a little bit better. Let's see. See if I can improve the lighting a little better. Nope, I can't do anything with it. Nothing I can do about it, guys. What's going on? Got this L-39, Aerofoam L-39, and it's not new, but it's new to me. So, I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I got it set up, and for the maiden flight. A little, because I'm running the IX-12, so I know everybody's probably like, "Oh, the IX-12 is garbage." I mean, it's not the best, but it works pretty well. So, just gonna be going over a couple of things I did to set it up, and so I can get it in the air and get it flying. Like I said, sorry I can't get the whole plane in the frame. I do plan to show you guys a little bit of what I got going on inside. So this is the first version. This isn't the second version. This is the first version. So it has the Chain Sun Inactivity 105. Let me turn that down. It has the Chain Sun 105 EDF in it, 105 millimeter EDF, with the old style ESC. I forgot what the name of it was. But yeah, so it's not the JP stuff. This isn't the JP stuff. But it does still have the nice retracts. Smooth that out the way. It does still have the nice retracts. Does have the brakes in the back. It also has, I don't know if you guys can see it, but also has the air brakes. No, that's not it. I don't know if y'all see that. Move it up underneath there, right up under the bottom here. Has the air brakes. So I'm pretty excited about it. I've been wanting one of these for a while, and I finally got my hands on one at a good deal. And yeah. Give me that. Oh man. I actually got it from Bobby, RC Plane Reviewer. Yeah, he had it, and he's like, "Man, hey, look, you can take it off my hands." And I said, "Sure, I will." Because I've been wanting to get a hold of one of these for a long time. So I took it off his hands, and took me about 2 days to get it set up. Not 2 whole days, but got family life, got kids, got stuff I gotta do, got work. So I'm just off today, so I was able to get it taken care of or whatnot. And so I got it all done, got everything put together. But other than that, I'm gonna jump right into the setup though. So I basically got it on an 8-channel receiver. And it is, so same basic things like normal. You know, you got your aileron, you got your elevator, you got your rudder, and I will run it up, but I don't have to have it powered on. But uh, I also have my rates set differently from most people. You know, everybody, if you know me, you know I don't use book rates. Um, I use a good bit of expo as well. I usually run about 70% expo, 71% expo, but 150% travel on the server. So that way I could get plenty of deflection. Let's see if I can maneuver this thing so you guys can see it. That way I could get plenty of deflection. For instance, on the aileron here, let's see. You see that aileron popping way up there, but I use what I learned, which is called gear-based rates. And when I basically put the gear down, which I have the gear also locked, I put the gear down. That gives me a lower rate. I'm actually running a book rate on the low rates. Well, with the gear down, with the low rates, and when the gear comes up, my rates are gonna go much higher through the roof. You can see that elevator kicking up back there. That's with the gear up. But when the gear is down, of course, I got less, because you don't need a whole lot, of course, you know? You don't need a lot when you're trying to take off, when you're trying to land. But my rudder is a whole nother ballgame. It's there all the time. I just keep it there. Trying to read the comments too, guys. But yeah. So now what I was saying about I lock the gear, and what I do to do that is I actually put a mix in that, let's say I switched it just now because my gear channel is here on A, and I actually have a mix on my D channel, on my D stick, so I can basically lock and unlock the gear. If I had it turned up, you'll hear it. So that's why I can lock the gear, and you can see I can hit the retract, and the gear don't go up. Gear extended. Now, if I didn't have that locked, of course my gear would go up. But that's how I'm able to set the program, the mix rates, the dual rates, and put them on the gear where I can bring the gear up. Once the gear comes up, I get more rates. Of course, I get more expo as well. So, because my expo doesn't stay the same, because I don't want it to be too twitchy with all those rates. 150% rates, man, with like 30% expo, that could probably end up being a little twitchy, especially for a big bird like this. So, all right, down to the business, right? Nothing else really fancy on the mixing on this. Nothing fancy on the air brakes, nothing like that.
Air brakes 50.
The air brakes are just on a switch. I tried putting a mix in for the air brakes.
Air brakes retracted.
Like I normally do with my F-15, with my Sukhoi. I have a mix in there that gives me what I call auto air brakes. So I put it in a position. I put this channel in a position, the G channel, put it in a position, in the second position, or position 1. And that's what's called auto air brakes. And when I hit the flaps for full flaps, my brake automatically comes up, and it allows the plane to start braking when I'm in full flaps. Of course, already in a straight line, coming in for final. So, but then, guys, I gotta say this is pretty amazing though, because this is my first like real 12S plane. Of course, the MiG uses 2 batteries as well, but it's still 6S. Because it's still powering, one 6S pack is powering one EDF, the other one's powering another. So you still get a reading of like 22 volts or whatnot. 24.5, full charge, I think it is, or 25, something like that, full charge. But man, I gotta tell you, seeing something say 46.1. Let's see if I can get that in there. Oh, it's showing backwards to you guys. But that's 46.11 volts. That is a lot of juice. And I did spool this thing up in the house, and I made the mistake of spooling it up in the house. And I made a mess in here. I spooled it up in the house and made a mess. I mean, it was just stuff going everywhere. I had to literally clean up behind myself. So, but other than that, I also did make a mistake when I first got it, and I didn't check the plane through and through. And you know when you buy something used or you buy it pre-owned, and somebody's already been doing some work to it and stuff. Let's see if I can get it turned back around. Let's see here. It's too big to try to maneuver just any kind of way. But yeah, when you first buy something new from somebody and it just, you're like, oh, well, not new from somebody, but pre-owned from someone. And you're like, oh, okay, you're looking it through, and then you miss that one thing. I made a catastrophic mistake, guys. I put everything together, put the battery in it, had it all set up and stuff, took it outside, spool it up, taxied it around great. I sat there and I held on to it. Of course, I put the brakes on too to test those out, see how well they hold. And I spooled it up, and man, next thing you know, there was a loud pop. It was so loud. My wife heard it in the house. She was like, "What was that?" It's like, I tore up my ADF. Literally, a piece of Velcro was sitting somewhere midpoint in the plane, and it got sucked into the EDF, destroyed the whole thing. Like literally, destroyed it, demolished it. I wish I had it on camera because I would have shown it to you guys. But you talking about a letdown? That was one serious letdown, man. One serious letdown. But yeah. So for all you that's still in here, I'm gonna get here. I'm gonna grab the camera. Or grab the phone because I'm using my phone. I'm gonna grab the phone. I'm gonna show you guys the business what's going on. So. Let me pick this up. Had it plugged up charging too, so you guys can see. Here's what we got going on in here. So it's a lot kind of running around in there right now. Hang on a second. Let me change this. Flip it around. Turn around. There we go. So there's a good bit going on in there. I'm only using one of the packs right now just to charge it. I know it uses two. Some of you probably already know it uses two, but I'm using one 3S pack. It uses one 3S to charge the BEC or the UBET. We're running a Spectrum 8 channel. No gyro because I'm not going to need it for this plane. This plane's going to have plenty of steadiness on its own. I've seen one fly before. Actually, I've seen Bobby fly quite a few of them. But man, this 12S setup is ridiculous. And then when you get back here, this is where it gets even more fun. If I can do this, I'm trying to do it one-handed, guys. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go dark for a second. Man, that thing back there is ridiculous. 105 millimeter EDF. I never thought it was that big. That is a huge fan. And the ESC, so the last owner put the ESC right here, and I guess they did that to help keep it cool. which is not a bad idea to set it there so it can keep cool so it doesn't overheat and burn out on you, because that's the last thing you want is for it to burn out. I'm trying to zoom out, guys. Give me a second. There we go. Yeah, that's the last thing you want is for it to zoom out. I'm not zoom out, burn out. Uh, but yeah, it is. This is pretty darn sweet. So I'm gonna spool it up. Because I know if anybody's in here that wants to hear it spool up, we're gonna want to hear it spool up. So let's see what we got. Let's put the brakes on.
Air brakes retracted.
That's the air brakes.
Brakes released. Braking applied.
So that noise you're hearing right there, that's the brakes. That's the brakes are on. And they're magnetic. They actually get stronger if you can hear them. It's a little high pitched noise, but all right, let's power it up.
Power on.
I'm probably not gonna run this thing full throttle because you can see my picture right there is already about to come off the wall. But that EDF is actually pretty well balanced, if you ask me.
Brakes released.
I did check it and make sure the balance was good. It's a pretty well balanced EDF. So, I mean, it's something that big, I'm pretty sure you're going to want it to be balanced pretty good. But yeah, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. Share, the fact that I have this thing and I'm going to get it in the air. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you get to see the notifications on. You get to see when I put this thing in the air, because I'm definitely going to have a nice quality video of it. So that way you guys can get to see how this works out. Hopefully it doesn't go in. That's something that we also don't want to happen, but hey, if it goes in, it goes in, right? Fly the plane, not the money. So, but yeah, until next time though, guys, I didn't get on here to stay on here long. Like I said, just wanted to show that and share it with you. And like I said, I got the rates where they're basically book rates when the gear is down.
Gear locked.
But when the gear comes up, it's time to have some fun with it. No more book rates. We're using 150% travel. Tons of expo, so we don't get too crazy and lose this thing. So, but yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all for dropping in. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see y'all later. RC Pilot Will out.